Hello.
Is it working?
Are we live?
Is it working? Whoa.
Did we do it? Did we go to live?
Are we on the
Hello,
internet?
everybody. New studio and stuff.
Yeah.
This is the stream where we figure out what's broken. Not just in this room, but also in this new 30-page playtest document that we just got from Paizo. That I'm super curious what kind of absolutely insane stuff is in here. But what's broken really is just kind of the theme of the day. How you guys doing? This is my panel of expert Pathfinder professionals
Hello.
that are here to try to assess from like a balanced standpoint of high-level play
Yep.
how effective these classes may be, as well as their roles and functions in a standard adventuring party,
Right.
as they have a wealth of experience with
Yep.
the system,
Yep.
and I would consider each and every one of them experts.
Yeah.
I hope you write my resume when I get older.
That's
the way to do it.
You be my letter of recommendation.
Yeah, because I'm just saying, you're really hyping us up, and I like it. This is what I need in my resume.
Positivity.
Yeah.
Just a little bit of
Reckless
like,
positivity.
Absolutely, like, criminal positivity, like, to the point of what would just be libel if it went both ways. Like, what's libel but good? False advertising?
yeah. yeah.
But this is our new, well, 2/3 of our new studio, because the other cam's not on right now. Our new setup here, and the primary goals of this and why we wanted to come over here are twofold. First of all, it may not be right this second because it's the first time we've just kind of fired a shot in the dark to see how it goes, but the audio should be like dramatically better once we get this dialed in, because I can tell you just literally sitting here in the room right now that the echo is gone. The echo, there was a lot of that. There was a lot of that, and it was a pain, and it made balancing our audio real tough. And this is 94% soundproofing panels.
Yeah, you can't see it, but it is.
You can't see it. Literally
in a
everything
cave
outside the
of
frame is just
foam.
a black blanket of foam panels. We're real boys now. We're not just kind of hoping the wall decides it doesn't want to reflect all the sound. And on top of that, we got a little more space, which means we could organize this in a little bit of a better way so that we're more facing each other. And
We're like the same though.
it's less like 90-degree angles. We've made a triangle table now.
I'm sorry, we were dancing
Sorry.
over here.
I know you're doing
I
it.
didn't
You
hear
were-
a single thing you said to me.
That's okay. No,
Also,
that was
I
important.
noticed you didn't continue the wave, so like,
Did notice that.
yes,
wave
anding
can't go
is
around
a
corners.
system here. What?
Well, wave can't go
Not
around
with
corners.
that kind of
Yeah,
attitude.
whoa.
An acute angle? No, the wave can't do acute angles. It can't transmit between
You ever
cameras.
seen a wave hit a dam and then keep going? It absolutely can.
Yeah, it goes back.
Nah, it keeps going around, dude.
This is
it
less
it
like-
spreads and goes forward.
Small-minded.
This is less of a wall and more of a cliff, though, because your
This
wave's
is
coming this
supposed
way.
to be
and
a
it's gonna
yes and environment. Yes.
We're an improv show, dude.
Go. We're an
Uh-huh.
improv show. Speaking of
Oh.
improv shows, tomorrow, it's happening. Assuming no cataclysmic failures occur during today's stream while we go over, I'm not going to get through all 30 pages of this playtest, but we're going to do our best. Strange Aeons Chapter 2 is going to start at 3 p.m. Eastern, and we are going to leave the asylum. We're going to go to a different building. Literally anywhere else other than Briarstone Asylum.
Scary.
I think I'm actually gonna stick around.
It's comfortable.
I'm
in
not.
there.
I've
It's my
developed an
happy place
attachment,
now.
and I'm honestly not emotionally prepared to see anything else.
So, what we're going to be looking at today, primarily, Paizo was kind enough to give us content, like, times at 7, literally 6 hours ago, for us to have something to talk about, because we definitely needed to fire off a test stream before we started Strange Aeons. And they were kind enough to come out with this playtest with 2 brand new classes. These are not first edition ports like Magus and Summoner were, or Kineticist. These are completely new. I have not read through them because this playtest document came out while I was streaming on my channel. It came out exactly the same time that I started. So this is also the first time that I am seeing all of this. And it is a thick packet of papers I have printed out, and I trimmed it down a lot. So I cut out about a third of it. It's a 30-page playtest document. It is 2 full classes that you can like roll and play as. It has all of the stuff that you would need to put them into an adventure and just go and see what happens.
Is it for current Pathfinder 2e or is
Yeah.
it for the remaster?
Well, it's for the. I assume it's for the remaster, like Kineticist was, but again, I haven't looked at it yet.
Okay.
I'm figuring we're going to be seeing like spirit damage and crap in here too.
Gotcha.
Good news, we talked about that last time, so hopefully everyone remembers everything that was on that test because that's just all the content going forward.
Yeah, man.
is
I
remaster
didn't
stuff.
learn I learned a bunch of Starfinder stuff between then too, so I won't get confused even a little bit.
So the first of our 2 new classes here is something called the Animist, which really just makes my brain go to Animorphs immediately.
Oh, Animist? I was thinking more like spritzy.
Yeah, I was
Like-
also kind of thinking.
Yeah, if you put Dragon Ball in a bottle and then you just sprayed it, it has the Animist.
Anime mist. It's just ramen broth in a spray bottle. There you go.
Yeah.
Ramen's just anime spaghetti.
Hang on, real quick sidebar. two things. I had the worst ramen of my life today.
Oh, was it at the place in Ocala?
It was in a place in Ocala by the Barnes & Noble. I forget its name. It was easily the worst ramen I've ever had in my entire
That's the
life.
one we like. Zuru
What'd you order,
ramen.
garbage?
Yeah.
I ordered just
Zuru
the
is
standard.
awesome.
Are we saying the? I know if we're saying the name or not. Whatever it's called, I DoorDashed it. It was
Did you DoorDash guy
maybe.
pee in your bowl?
he might have. The broth was the worst part. It tasted horrible. Like it was bad. Then they had bao, and the bao was cold, and I was like, cool.
But that's the problem. I've never had a good DoorDash.
I've
though.
literally never got
Never.
good food from DoorDash.
The food was cold because that's part of DoorDash, and I understand
just
that.
part of the
But it
experience.
was like borderline refrigerated cold. So I was like, this is.
Why do you expect ramen to be good? It's freaking cold. Dude, it's been it's carved for clearly an hour and a half.
The bao was cold. The ramen was hot. The ramen was honestly too hot to eat at first. It was just bad. So I was upset.
But
Secondly,
I've literally never had a good DoorDash though.
if you get a place that is 5 minutes from your house and you're too lazy to drive, or sometimes intoxicated, then it's great no matter what you do.
Many things are great when intoxicated.
But the other thing, then we'll go back to Pathfinder 2nd Edition, is I had the worst hibachi noodles of my life because I was at a place in Georgia, I forget their name, and I ordered the noodles specifically because it didn't come with the meal, and they put literal spaghetti. They gave me actual spaghetti. They got spaghetti covered in soy sauce and
should've
threw it on a
had-
grill.
That was
and
weeks
then
ago.
I'm still angry. they
You
put
should've-
it put it on a grill and then it fed it to me and I had to pay extra for it.
You need to have the
I paid for this insult.
You need
So
to have the
upset.
chef come out and be like, what is this?
It was hibachi.
Why
He
is
was in
it?
front of me. I watched him do it.
Did you talk to him about it? Were
No,
you
because
like-
it was so loud and I was with like 100
Take him
people.
aside. Did you?
Dude, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
Bruh.
Sir, I came for
Are you-
Japanese
are you
food,
doing okay?
not
Is
Italian.
this the tourist platter? Like, can I come on, man? Like,
The test for how good this new studio is I screamed and it didn't even echo at all.
no,
So,
we have
like,
no. The audio is going to be so much better. Like, it's gonna be. I literally think like night and day.
Yeah.
And we have improved a lot on what we had before. To I feel like the limits of the studio that we were in, but in here, the limit is just how well we can figure out how to use a
The
microphone and a
limit does
mixer,
not exist.
which is admittedly not great, but you know it's
Let's go.
still gonna be better than it was. Anyway, Animist,
Animist.
Animist.
you are the
We-
interlocutor. Probably don't use that word when you have a monster called an interlocutor, and it's the worst looking thing that anyone has ever created. Between the seen and unseen, the voice that connects us, not Animorphs, the voice that connects the mortal and the spiritual. You may hold your powers as a sacred trust to be kept free of ego and personal desire, or you may see your unique abilities as a sign that you've been chosen as a champion of two worlds. Whether you advocate for mortals before the planes beyond, or whether you represent the spirit's interests, one thing remains certain: you provide the bridge between realms.
Okay, what did that mean?
I don't know.
So so it sounds
I
like
have-
we're the
what?
middleman between
This
life
sounds
and death.
like they had a class in first edition
Or like spirits. though.
called
It doesn't
Medium.
sound like.
That was like a guy that talked to spirits. It sounds kind of like it's a psychic sort of thing.
I'd super rock with that.
Ooh.
Actually,
I thought it was going to be animal. I thought it was going to be more like Shifter. And it was going to be like turning animals, but this
Yeah,
is
well-
Spirits Man, is what this is. This is the spooky,
That's so fun.
spooky guy. Okay. So let's see.
Do you get a crystal ball?
Key attributes: a wisdom-based class, 8 hit points per level, pretty squishy. Looks like it's probably a caster. Saving throws are bad. Attacks are terrible. Defenses, they get medium armor.
nice.
So it looks like it's a medium armor. I'm going to guess
Caster?
medium armor full caster. During combat encounters, you channel the power of spiritual entities called apparitions to cast potent spells and manipulate the battlefield to your advantage. You mix your own divine magic and the myriad spells granted to you by your attuned apparitions to cast down your enemies, sustain your allies, detect hidden threats, and lessen harmful effects. So this sounds... So it's a divine caster.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we got so far. During social encounters, you watch and listen, letting the whispers of spirits and otherworldly beings guide you towards sound judgment. You may call upon the wisdom of an apparition particularly attuned to the issue at hand, relying on its expertise where yours falls short. Okay.
That's cool.
Sounds like an NPC machine.
Well, let's see what it does. So let me see. Class features. Blah, blah, blah. Their primary thing is apparition attunement. Animist gain their power by serving as a bridge for spiritual entities collectively known as apparitions to commune and interact with the physical world in a process called attunement. Apparitions can be basically anything. Some animists attune to one or more specific apparitions, while others adapt their surroundings, befriending local apparitions that dwell wherever the journey takes them. You pick 2 a day, so you can change these every day. It's not a thing you're stuck with like a kineticist element. 2 a day. One of them is your primary. Your attuned apparitions give you knowledge in the form of lore skills and bonus spell casting you can cast using apparition spell casting. And your primary apparition gives you a vessel focus spell and later an avatar form.
Oh.
Ooh.
Excellent.
So you can mecha pilot your apparition or vice versa. We'll find out which
That
as
sounds
we get
baller
further.
so far.
Okay.
When you refocus, which is just how you get your focus back, is this a separate refocus? When you refocus, which is the thing that gives you focus points back, you can switch which one's your primary.
Oh.
So you
Between
pick
the two?
you pick 2, you pick 2 a day, and then throughout the day you can change which of the 2
Waffle.
is primary with a 10-minute rest. So you can
That's really nice.
seems relatively flexible.
You got a big buddy and a little buddy.
Yeah. All your apparitions remain attuned to your next daily preparation, blah, 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 blah. There are some things that can disperse them. If it's dispersed, you lose everything it gives you. You forget its apparition skills. Its spells are removed from your repertoire. You can't use its vessel spell or avatar form until you attune to it again. And dispersing sounds like it comes with a very giga powerful ability because that dude is gone for the rest of the day. That's like not just that's a once a day thing. You're also blowing out everything it gives you.
That's all your spells too then?
Yeah, all of its spells, all of the skills it trained you in. So, let's, I guess, just keep going for now, and then we'll see at the end it has a list of the apparitions we could jump down and look about. So the main feature here is apparition spellcasting and animist spellcasting. So you got 2 different spell buckets here. It seems like your normal traditional spell list from being an animist, from the divine tradition that you just know, and also your apparitions. Animist spellcasting, is anything weird about this? It seems pretty normal. I'm sure I'll see its progression in a minute. But apparition spellcasting is bonus spell slots and a fixed repertoire based on the apparition. So it's kind of like a cleric domain is what it's seeming like to me. For those that get like domain initiate. But it does other stuff too. The rest of this is pretty standard casting stuff. This is all just the heightening spells and cantrips. Vessel spells are just what your focus spells are called. Notably, the Animist starts with 2 focus points, so you can go pretty ham on focus spells immediately. So let's get to the next thing that is neat. There's subclasses, which are called practices. And we've got a couple of those. And it looks like a full caster. Yeah, it goes all the way up to like 9th and 10th level spells if you take the feat. So this is a full divine caster like a cleric. Whole-bodied casting class. Do we want to look... So, because time and how much stuff there is, do we want to look at the subclasses or do we want to look at some of the apparitions?
Apparitions.
Because we definitely can't read everything.
Apparitions.
Yeah.
Apparitions.
What are the 2 subclasses' names?
2
What are the
subclasses are Channeler
Okay.
and the other one.
Okay.
Love it.
No idea where that...
It's like
Very
the other guy's
mysterious.
movie. Yeah.
I just managed
Yeah.
to lose page 6. I don't know how I did that. I've just had it in my hand. Channeler and something else. Oh, ended up on the bottom. Channeler and Sage
Sage.
Oh.
are
Okay.
the 2 options.
the vibe I'm getting is and it's probably just like Japanese spiritual influence stuff, but like Kakariko Village kind of vibe in Breath of the Wild. Or if you've watched
Shiga
Princess,
energy.
yeah. Or
Okay.
like if you've watched Princess Mononoke, like the very first village that he visits where they worship spirits and stuff, or that he's from. That's kind of the vibe I'm picking up, which is a good thing. I love that. I love that kind of stuff.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Looking through the things they get as they level, at 4th level, you get to pick a 3rd apparition every day, and at 12, you get a 4th. So you will end up with a pool of 3 or 4 apparitions, and you can still use that refocusing ability to switch which one is the primary at any point throughout the day.
So
So-
if you can pilot it like a mech, can you Voltron or Megazord it so that you have all 4 of them?
I feel like it's not impossible at the 20th level feat. We can find out. Okay, so you guys are interested more in the apparitions, of which there are
The ghosts.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 apparitions in the playtest right now. So let's see. They have skills, they have spell repertoire, they have the defensive spell, and the avatar. Alrighty. So pick what sounds coolest.
Fox.
Custodian of Groves
No,
and
we
Gardens.
already picked.
What did you say?
I'm sorry.
Fox.
Did you say custodian?
None of these are fox.
Damn it.
Also,
Okay,
there's
this
6,
class
not 5.
sucks.
Custodian
There's a
of
custodian,
Custodian
but not
of Groves and Gardens is kind of
the
fox.
gardener.
Stalker
a
in
landscaper.
Darkened Boughs is kind of fox.
What?
Imposter
Dark-
in Hidden Places is
Oh my
kind
god,
of
it's Fox.
That's
Okay, that one.
Literally all 3 of them on this page could arguably be fox. Steward of Stone and Fire, Vanguard of
definitely the
Roaring
fox.
Waters, and Witness to Ancient Battles
Oh, also Fox.
That's
are
a
the 6.
Very
crazy
Fox
name.
themed.
These are
Paizo
wild
continues
names.
to have great names
No,
for their
the
stuff.
Kineticist
Like-
ability names are insane
Yeah.
anime Dragon Ball Z moves, and I
Yeah.
love them. They have continued that with Animist apparitions that they're all crazy.
and I'm here for
Which
it.
one spoke to you?
The
I don't remember any past custodian, honestly. I guess-
custodian.
the gardener was cool. And then the one
Custodian
with
of groves and gardens, frequent tended greenery and farmlands cared for by loving stewards.
That's probably the one that's in the picture. Yeah. I
They're
know.
drawn to peaceful pursuits, study, and quiet reflection.
The
Uh,
nerds.
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 They teach you about farming and herbalism. Are their 2
Nerds.
skills.
Nice.
Oh my gosh.
And their vessel spell is something called Garden of Healing,
Ah.
which is a 1-action, 10-foot emanation. So it's a 10-foot aura around you, which means it'd be 5 squares across with you in the center. Sustained for up to a minute.
Wow.
Spirits of comfort and respite swirl around you, trailing visions of growing grass and blooming blossoms. When you cast the spell and sustain it, you pulse out energy that heals living creatures for 1d4.
That's so
Ooh,
cool.
That's really nice.
So it's
nice.
1 action D4 AoE heal
Huh.
up to 10 times as you just sustain it.
Wow. That one's actually
a
really cool.
focus
That's
spell
really cool.
Yeah.
For 10 D4 healing is the most insane thing I think I've seen in Pathfinder 2nd
Yeah.
Edition
I
so
mean,
far.
Yeah.
Okay.
A focus point to heal
I'm
your
a
whole
nerd.
party for
It's
10
me.
D4 is crazy.
Oh my
That's-
gosh.
So
Is it?
And
does
it's an
it you
emanation,
choose?
so you can move
it's
around.
emanations on you, out of you.
Yeah, so you.
So you
oh,
can walk
and then-
around.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
you can like walk around
Right.
and keep it.
Can you choose who gets healed?
Nope. All living creatures within the area.
Okay, so if
Yeah.
you have an enemy between, if you have someone
Enemies are gonna
flat-footed,
get
then
it
you
too,
can't.
yeah.
Yeah, but it's only probably one enemy and 4 of your teammates.
Well, like the
So,
fight
like,
is over, you just go, and everyone's at full health.
Is
It-
that
one,
the noise?
one focus point,
Canonically,
whole
yeah.
party's
You just
topped
like
go
up.
on a
looking
nice
noise,
grassy
yeah.
knoll in the
That's-
middle of the fight.
It sounds like
That
you just
sounds
imagine like a
crazy.
10
documentary.
D4
Yeah.
healing for 1 focus point at
That's
level
crazy.
1. That is
It seems
absurd.
wild.
Oh my gosh.
It's over 10 rounds, but still. I mean, we've already
But it's only
Even
one
if-
action
if
per
you do
round.
one action per round, yeah. So
Yeah.
I mean, so is Lay on Hands, which does
Well, yeah, but that's like
6,
one.
which is,
Yeah.
but it's once
Yeah.
on one person. It gives them an AC
Once.
buff, which is admittedly huge.
This is
Lay
an
on-
entire.
The Lay on
thing.
Hands is also really, really good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
we
yeah.
already hand wave in Strange Aeons by level 3. We were completely hand waving out of combat healing
Yeah.
because we're just like, can you just lay on hands a bunch of times? It takes like an hour.
Hmm.
This is you Garden of Healing once. It takes 1 minute.
Yeah.
Everyone's at full health.
Like yeah,
That's
Dang.
like time
That's
sensitive.
crazy.
That's
Yeah.
Like that's
huge.
insane. And their avatar form is the Elysian Field.
so cool.
They just turn into like a mound of dirt. Like
I don't
what is the
know.
Elysium?
Elysium,
I
like
don't
the
really
movie Elysium.
understand what avatars are because we haven't looked at that. But you have I'm assuming there's a spell called Avatar, already that turns you into this thing. I imagine this is similar. You're probably going to use this, and it's going to replace your attacks with these attacks and replace whatever stats it says it replaces. So, like, your speed is now 60. Your melee is now a Garden's Cradle, which...
A what?
It's a Garden's Cradle.
Oh, that cleared it up.
Agile, non-lethal...
Now I know what that is.
Agile, non-lethal, 10-foot trip attack.
Oh my gosh.
That does 66 plus 6 and grab when you hit people
What?
with it.
Wow. What?
That's fun.
And your ranged attack is Impose Peace.
You just pacify them?
Stop resisting!
Impose peace.
120-foot range.
Oh my
Whoa.
god.
66
gosh.
plus 6 mental damage. Cease! You just hit them. And they are calm now.
It's a taser gun.
Before any
Taser
fight
gun.
begins, you could.
And it's non-lethal. They're both non-lethal, actually. So they're both of those attacks are pacifying. That's hilarious. Okay. Pick one more. Imposter in Hidden Places, Stalker in Darkened Boughs, Vanguard of Roaring Waters, Steward of Stone and Fire, Witness to Ancient Battles.
Stalker and
Witness
darkened.
to ancient battle.
In darkened what?
Stalker in Darkened Boughs.
That one.
Bows.
What about Witness to Ancient Battles?
Okay, we'll do
Actually,
two.
Witness to
Ancient Wisdom Battles.
Okay. We'll start there. I'll do two.
Okay.
Witnesses to Ancient Battles are what they sound like they are. Their Vessel spell is Embodiment of Battle. Also, I think all of the Vessel spells are actually one action and sustained. Every one of them.
Oh.
So that's just a consistent thing across the Animist.
Cool.
Embodiment of Battle. Apparition guides your attacks and imparts skill to your movements for the duration. Your proficiency with martial weapons is equal to your proficiency with simple weapons. So you gain martial weapon proficiency while you're channeling this, which is, okay, up front, not good, because you're spending an action every round to just have martial weapon proficiency, which isn't
Yeah, it
wonderful.
seems
Yeah.
like maybe just take a different class.
You gain a +1 bonus to attack and damage rolls.
Okay.
That's nice.
And you gain attack of opportunity.
Yeah,
And you
just
get
like-
crit specialization with your weapon.
That sounds nice. Is that
That's-
good?
Why not
I
not
mean,
just play a fighter?
Wait.
That does seem weird.
Just play a fighter and be better.
Because I'm assuming your weapon progression is still going to be quite bad because you're a full caster. I'm imagining them topping out at expert. I haven't once.
Yeah.
But the
So
+1 scales like up to +3.
Was there a way for you
But-
to get feats? Because I've never played a caster. Can you get martial weapon feats just by leveling up? Like,
Yeah,
like,
you can take them as feats, but they'll usually not be great. If you don't have it naturally, you can never be like as good as a class that naturally has it most of the time.
So that's what like if you because that feat thing is kind of the worst part of it, but everything else sounds
This seems
good.
like way worse Battle Oracle to me. I don't see the point of this one. The avatar is the General of Endless Battle. Your speed becomes 70 feet and you cannot be immobilized.
That's cool.
Your melee is Final Strike. 15-foot reach, agile, fatal D12. Kill a guy. That's 6d8 plus 6 slashing damage.
Oh my
Kill
God.
a guy.
And
my
a man.
gosh.
And Stalker in Darkened Boughs. Their vessel spell is Darkened Forest Form. Your apparition casts a feral shadow over your form, transforming you into another shape. You can polymorph into anything listed in pest form, and it upgrades to become animal form and elemental form. So this is Druid Wild shape.
It's Fox.
There's a fox.
That's
Literally
the
Fox.
fox.
That's
Yeah,
Fox.
yeah.
Yep.
There's
So
fox
you
and
get
cloud.
Druid Wild shape. When you transform into the form granted a spell, you get all the effects of the form you chose from a version of the spell heightened to whatever level this is. And it helps you adapt more quickly to your new form. You get a +1 status bonus to your attack rolls. Oh, they straight up just power crept Wild Shape Druid. Oh, that feels bad. This is just better Druid.
Yeah.
You're a Druid you're the animal, whatever animal aspect Druid, but you're just straight up better. Well, it does. Well, okay, but it is a sustained spell. You're spending an action every round
Yeah.
to stand
Yeah.
the form.
Right.
So I guess not straight up better. Every time you sustain the spell, you can transform again. So every turn you can turn to a different thing if you need to.
Oh.
Was
So
that, and that's a different one of the spirits? or
that's
is
Stalker
that-
and Darkened Boughs.
Okay. So then two of the spirits are just like
Go
different
punch people.
classes.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I
Huh.
mean, if you consider Garden of Healing, Almost being a
there's
cleric.
kind of
They-
cleric too.
they're-
So then that's
so they're gonna be. This is gonna be a very.
huh. But you can switch in and out of them because you could also change your spirit
you can-
like throughout the day.
You will have
Yeah.
several spirits.
This
and you can
seems
pick your primary.
wildly good.
This does seem like you literally just turn into a slightly worse version of whatever class you need to be.
Whatever
Yeah,
you
so
need to
it's
be
like
at
jack
the
of all
time.
trades.
Yeah.
But you are all strapped to a fully powered 10th level divine caster
Yes.
Yeah.
because you are also a fully formed divine caster.
It's
Because you also
quite
don't have to do
good.
those each turn. You can
Right.
do those for whatever turn is necessary.
Yeah.
So if you need to get the final blow on a guy who's just killing everyone,
This
then you
is-
can take that form real quick and kill him.
I'm just gonna really quick rattle off a couple of the other vessel spells. One of them is every creature that starts its turn within an aura that is literally 5 feet, so it's adjacent to you, has disadvantage on their first attack roll every round.
It's disadvantage.
Yeah, roll twice, take worst.
Yeah.
And if they miss, they take mental damage.
Whoa. It's like a succubus or whatever they call
Oh
them.
my gosh.
Right?
Any demon, yeah, all the demons have a thing
demons,
where you do something and
yeah.
they take mental damage. There is one
So
that is
super helps against flat-footed monsters. Then.
shoot lava.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
30-foot range, 10-foot burst.
What it says on the can.
You
It's-
just become a volcano. and
One
just-
action sustained, so you just go, you shoot another glob every single round. The glob does 1d4 fire damage, 1d4 bludgeoning damage, and persistent fire damage.
Oh my
30-foot
gosh.
range, 10-foot blap, 4 squares across. You shoot one every round. Every single round.
It's only one action to do that?
One action.
Damn.
To just haul out like.
Yeah. Okay.
This class sounds great
Great.
against swarms, like specifically
Oh,
against
that one?
like yeah,
Well,
like
that's like kind of gonna be the main thing is you pull out whatever you're gonna need.
Yeah,
yeah.
Because you have so many of these
Right.
spirits. You have
So,
2
yeah.
at first, but you're gonna end up with 4
Yeah.
that you can with a refocus switch which one's your primary, and your primary is the one that gives you the vessel spell.
because I'm
Well,
just
it's
thinking
4 out of 5. There's only.
Well, there's 6 in the play. I
there's
counted wrong.
6.
And this
Okay.
is just the play test. There's
I mean,
gonna
still,
be more,
that's.
but
It seems
So
quite
that's the
good.
majority of
yeah,
them.
you
That's
get
not-
most of them.
yeah.
It's what 2 do you not want, which is the wild shape and the battle one. So you have the other 4. But the interesting thing is that because you are a full caster, and you got the witch thing going on a little bit,
Yeah.
where you want to cast your one action thingy and you want to sustain it. So your turn bar feats is thingy spell, and then sustain thingy spell. So like when you need to move, life gets difficult because you either lose your sustain and then that spell's over and the focus point is gone, or you're not casting that turn.
But some of
And-
the things are as good as most spells.
Some of them, I mean, they're real good. They
I
are.
mean, it doesn't seem like you're losing a whole lot. You could still smack them with your stick and then
these
run
are
away.
these are wild. Other than embodiment of battle, which seems really bad. They
yeah,
all
the other
seem
ones you could just you don't need to cast a spell. You're
Super
already
great.
doing that.
does it say that what the ways are to have your spell have your animal thing go away? Like, does it say in there what
what do
makes
you mean
them
go away.
like how you said that they can get
Disperse.
dispelled or
Yeah,
dispersed?
disperse.
I'm assuming that's class feats, which I just kind of skipped over because time. So let me see.
But like honestly, with Pathfinder
Is that
2,
a tag?
you
Is
can-
disperse a tag?
basically everybody is all right at hitting. Like even like
Yeah.
it's the same thing as Riley's character. She's a witch and she can like straight up punt a dude.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like you
Real good
could
at
do you could do this like focus spell and then just slap a man and run away. Like you don't have to cast spells.
So while glazing over their feats, they have a new feat tag called Wandering. Every day, you can change your Wandering feat to any other Wandering feats.
That's super
You can
fun.
just repick
That's
half
really
of your
cool.
feats
Yeah.
every day also.
Huh. I
That's-
need
You
to like
can
learn
become
a lot
a
of
completely
feats.
So-
different character every day.
This
It's
is the
literally
most
like if you
malleable
just
character
if
you
you
could
don't
ever
know
be.
what class you want to play,
Play
what you
Animist.
want to
Yeah.
play is
It's
Animist.
every class. It's every
You would
class,
have
and you
to-
can change it every
You get a
single
little
day.
sample of everything.
You would
Yeah.
really have to know your stuff though.
Yes.
Because that
At
would
least
be
you know all the Wandering ones for sure.
well, even just your animus things, unless you
It's a
know
lot of
the other
mechanics
ones.
to
Yeah,
know.
it's a lot. That's
Yeah.
a lot.
So let's
It lets
look.
you experiment. You know, you have to. You
Yeah,
have
but
to
it's
have
better
some
to
knowledge.
experiment when you like read.
Yeah.
That is a problem
it
with
lets you
like
experiment. It takes an expert to pilot.
yeah.
Let's look at crazies. They're 20th level feats.
Yeah.
Let's just
Okay,
look at the
okay,
wild stuff.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay, I already saw the first one. I saw
We
frequency
gotta list up the name. Yeah, list out
once
those names.
per week. I just saw frequency once per week, and I'm like, we're about to get something insane. This is-
You're going to split the earth in half.
it's called Eternal Guide. You can use this once per week. The spirits who guide you carry your soul back to the community you call home. Choose a settlement with a population of at least 100 people. Whenever you die, as long as that settlement still exists, you just there again.
You respawn!
You just straight up World of War. You go back to Lumbee, dude.
You
It's
build your
just
bed.
Yeah, really.
like,
Like, what's
You lay down your bed in Minecraft.
you got your three most
yeah.
valuable items, and the rest of your inventory is on the floor somewhere.
what's the New York City of Galarian? Because then you get,
Absalom.
like that place has to just be full of people popping back up constantly.
It's you wholly respawn. Everything you had on you, all your stuff, you're just there.
Can't die. You just can't die.
If
know
you
what?
had an
That's
entire
It has
party
the
of
1
this-
week cooldown, and if you die during that week, you don't come back at the end of the week. You're dead.
I'll
You
go on
take-
vacation.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
you
take
take
a
a
week off.
week off adventuring, everybody.
I died.
I am literally
earned
immune
a
to
little
death.
bit of a break.
You go to a library, read about your enemy, and then go fight him again. And if it doesn't work, wait another
other
week.
20
If
level
anything, it will
fetus
take
get
me
10
a
levels.
week to get back over to where the campaign's at.
You gotta have your party drive back over. Hop in, loser. Try to
gotta
get
pick
slapped
me up.
next time, nerd.
You
Hit
can
and loser, we're killing a lich.
yeah. But see, you could literally have,
We won it, by the way. Thanks for the help.
but you could have an entire functioning party of just animists.
yeah.
And then if the,
The whole
party
party
wipes,
just gets
it
back
just
up.
goes back. They're like, oh
Like,
man.
we'll get him next time, guys.
They're like, I don't want to pay for the bus to get home.
All right. I'll just see you guys. I'll just see you guys.
Your hammer pull.
Back to the range, just a gunshot. Like,
There's no way that there's a better feat than just never dying.
Does your body, like, does your dead body stay there?
no,
Or
your
do-
body just.
like,
and then you
it,
just-
it's like you Hearthstone in World of
It's
Warcraft.
literally-
Like, it's just
And you, well, yeah, it's like World of Warcraft. When you die and you stand back up, your own body it's a skeleton now, and then you're just over there. All right, we're gonna speedrun Exemplar because we have not a hard stop, but a hardish stop.
Okay.
An imbalance in the outer planes has seeded the material world with unearthly power. Somehow, a fragment of divinity rests within your body. I hate this already. Granting you abilities that reach in the realm previously reserved for heroes and legends. What you do with your nascent godhood is yours to decide. But whether I hate this trope. Whether you cultivate your power to become a hero or you turn this authority to selfish ends, your name will be carved in history forever, immortalized in memory of gods and mortals alike. So
Wait,
this
so-
is like Reborn Demigod as a
Yeah.
class.
Which is why it looks like
that's-
Maui.
That's crazy. I mean, that's literally the guy. Yeah.
Yeah, like they
Which one?
really like. I was trying not to,
Adds up.
but the description
This
is
is
legit.
This is
Oh,
the
the
class
description
is
is
you are
also
an
exactly
isekai
that.
protagonist.
Yes. Instead of you becoming a
You
slime,
can't
you're
not say that
a
the
demigod.
description
This
is
is
also it. It's
one of
like-
my least favorite tropes that exists. But
Yep.
we'll see what the I will remain neutral. I hate the flavor. We'll remain neutral on the class. During combat encounters, you fight on the vanguard, scattering lesser foes to the winds. You concentrate your divine energy into the right weapon or tool for the moment. When an arrow strikes your skin, it stings no more than a flea. When your spear strikes forward, it can pierce gods. I don't want to read any more of their flavor text. So this is
What
Strong,
do we do?
strong, overpowered sounds.
Were you like
I'm the
making
ma-
a weapon? You were like spawning in like a spirit weapon,
I don't,
or
I
was
don't
that
know.
just?
We'll
like-
see. I did just notice. I want to see if Animist is also. Okay, no. This class is rare. It has the rare tag.
What does that mean?
What does that mean?
That means it is the biggest no screw off you could possibly hand the GM to stop somebody from playing whatever the hell this is. Animist is just a normal class. Are there any classes with rarity tags prior to this? Is this the first?
What? How can you?
Gunslinger and Inventor are uncommon, true, because the Arceus is good on that one. Gunslinger and Inventor were uncommon because they are dependent on the fantasy. Like, if you're not playing in a situation that has a lot of guns and clockworks and stuff, they don't make sense.
Yeah.
This is the first rare class.
So I'm confused what this means for.
Does it? Yeah.
It literally
For
just
playing.
means that, like, it is... I mean, the rarity system doesn't mean anything other than, like, a GM license to be like, that doesn't fit in the game. Like, there's
You
not...
just say pretty please.
It's not like a regular class. You're not
Yeah.
going to run into like a bunch of exemplar NPCs. It's not like fighter or rogue or wizard. Like there aren't a lot of these guys.
You have to
So
do
saying-
do
saying-
the GM's laundry for a week to.
And
be
then maybe
allowed
they'll
to-
think about
yeah,
it,
and
yeah.
maybe,
Right.
So putting the rare tag on it is just giving is giving the okay to
It's a GM
GMs
out.
to be like
yes,
no,
to,
no,
to
no.
be like
Okay.
no, make a
Okay.
real class. Yeah,
It's a
Okay.
license. It's a license to deny.
it's
That's
exactly a license to deny.
Yeah.
They're experts in fortitude and will. Start training other weapons, which just means they're not fighters. But 10 racial hit points or class hit points is fighter hit points. So this is frontline HP coming in here.
Gotcha.
All right, what do you do, buddy? You have a million new tags. I'm not reading all that crap. Divine Spark and Icons. Within your soul is a tiny spark of divine power that belongs not to a deity, but something all your own.
He's got the X factor.
He's a planeswalker.
He got that
from
dog in him.
He's a planeswalker from Magic the Gathering. Like he's got the spark in him.
You can manifest this divine power through special items known as icons. Icons are items intrinsically linked to you. Sacred vessels crystallized from your divinity that are capable of legendary feats in your hands. Sounds very thaumaturge. There are 3 types of icons. Body icons are a mark on your flesh that shows you are more than mortal. Worn icons are what they sound like they are. And weapon icons are what they sound like they are.
Yep.
And
Great.
you get one of each. You have a body, a
Each.
worn, and a weapon. And they do stuff. That's their version of like the apparitions. That's just going to be kind of a lot of what gives you the class, I suppose.
Yeah. I mean,
By focusing your divine spark into one of your icons, you empower that icon to accomplish deeds beyond what it could in mortal hands. As long as your divine spark resides in an icon, you gain that icon's imminence effect. You can call your spark forth and place it into an
Spork.
icon based on the
Spork.
spork imminence action. The shift imminence
Can
action.
one of the icons
Yes.
be a spork?
Okay.
Yes
That's
or
my
no?
weapon.
Yeah.
So shift imminence is one action. You shift the focus of your divinity, filling one of your icons with divine spark.
Enunciated that time, but it's
So
still
you-
sport.
So you get one of them, I guess. You have one of each, but one of them is like on recurring theme for these classes.
You have to turn something on.
You got to pick one to be your primary thingy. The sparked icon softly glows with radiant light, emits subtle chimes as it moves, or is otherwise obviously empowered in a way that matches your growing divinity, granting the icon the divine trait and granting you that icon's imminence effect for as long as your spark's empowering it.
I can just hear the main character syndrome.
That's
from
Yeah.
like
It's
from
pretty
this
bad.
entire
class is going to attract the worst players in all of tabletop.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just gonna call that one. I'm calling him out. I see him.
It's,
We got
it's
one
pretty protagonist.
crazy banger of a class that I'm super interested in, and one I literally read the blurb and was like, we could in stream now, it's fine. And it's all right.
Yeah.
We're 50-50 on this one so far.
Like this is.
I
like,
see why they put the rare thing now.
I
That's
would
why they invented that for this.
Yeah.
if I had a very
They
very
literally did
humble
for that.
player. If I had a humble player with low self-esteem, I would let them play this class. But if they had an ego
the
at all,
great power of Exemplar is it hands GMs at every table a huge red flag detector, which is a player asking to play an Exemplar. Like, that's a guy. If you don't know a guy, if you're playing like a pickup group or the game store or whatever, your friendly local game store, and someone's like, I want to play an Exemplar, you already know that's a dude you gotta watch. Like, that guy's on the list. Eyes, he's on the restricted table. Keep an eye there. Like, this is a great filter.
Oh my
okay.
gosh.
Anyway, you can only empower one icon at a time, so you're picking one.
that's nice.
I can only make my tattoo or my stick glow.
Or your armor.
Or my armor.
You have 3.
I'm always a fan of like tattoos being magical in fantasy settings. I feel like that's a very underlooked thing, so it's very fun. Oh, he read something, or he doesn't like tattoos.
Their next ability is called Humble Strikes.
I don't think it is.
I think that's an ironic like Kendrick humble.
Humble Strikes. So anyway, when the spark
Oh
is
my
in
gosh.
something once around, you can use the icon's transcendence ability if you have it, which does whatever that does.
I'm sure something cool and humble,
Right.
Cool and humble.
and subtle
Right.
even.
The most
Yeah.
humble class. It's going to be humble and it's going to be subtle.
Yeah.
It's going to be
Yeah.
reserved.
Yeah, they're gonna show his
It's
strength.
really classy,
I'm
actually.
just going to read this word for word. Humble Strikes, because it's not a big power, it's just more of what this class is. Even the most unassuming weapons can accomplish heroic deeds in your hands. When you are wielding a simple weapon, increase the damage die by 1 step. When you're using peasant equipment, it's still godly, because you
You're
are
so-
the main character, and you can make anything work.
I'm gonna pick up this teacup and do the same damage that you do with.
this. Is,
At 3rd level, one of their main features come online. When a divine spark bonded with your soul, it became dyed in your personality and qualities. As your deeds give shape to this nascent divinity, you come to bear an epithet, a word or phrase that reflects your story and that others come to call you by. You pick one, which is they kind of get their subclass at 3.
Wait, you gotta force people to call your
Yes.
nickname?
You
get to-
choose between brave
Oh my
Cunning.
gosh.
and mournful.
Compliment.
Mournful.
If you want to be the edgy protagonist, that option is still there.
It's still isekai.
I hate every word I read of this. This is just
It makes so
Not for
much
me.
sense that
Honestly,
they
not my
literally
flavor.
invented a rare class.
It's
for
okay. This is and there's also Radiant. It was on the next
I
page.
think-
there was a fourth
Okay,
one.
guys.
It wasn't done yet.
I think we should have an entire party. One shot
They all think they're the main character.
that we all think we're the main characters.
That's hilarious.
At level 7, their root epithet evolves. Whatever you picked there becomes a newer one. Born of the bones of the earth. You know, just a humble guy like everyone
It
else.
sounds like a
Peerless under heaven. Restless as the tide.
Peerless
Or
under
whose
heaven.
cry is thunder.
Whose cry is thunder?
It sounds like
Whose
a
cry is it
really-
anyway? At 15.
Oh my gosh.
This would be great for not a role-playing game.
Th-
Like a-
These are
yeah.
great sentences
This would
you're
be
saying
great
for
for like
story.
a really wacky board game that
Yeah.
was like
Yeah.
everyone thinks they're the main character
Yeah.
kind of thing. At 15, the litany of heroic deeds left in your wake has caused your divine spark to grow in power. Bright enough it now illuminates your legacy. You become either the teacher of heroes, the last ruler, or the thief of midnight.
Oh my
I hate this.
God.
Wait,
Gosh.
okay. So can you imagine being in this party with this one dude? And you're
I've
like,
been
yes,
in
but I
parties
don't
with
want
this one,
to.
dude.
No,
I've been in parties
no.
with this one.
I-
dude.
One of your players is this.
been
Another
here
player is a
before.
fighter.
So, like, can you imagine if you're just like a dude with a gun, and you're like standing next to this guy, and this guy's like, "I am peerless under heaven," and you're like, "Dude,
Like,
we
dude,
just
shut
broke
up.
in."
Dude,
It is
I built a revolver. What are you talking about?
Connor the Mournful.
I'm a 9-year-old frog with a gun.
Yeah, like,
I don't
just-
believe a
It
god.
sounds like a really, really crappy DM insert character.
It does. This class is bad DMPCs
Yeah.
as a class.
Yes.
Like it's.
No, I'm trying.
I'm sorry. I hate this so much.
I'm trying to
Like,
think.
it's-
I'm trying to think of like what when these come out, right? I always try to think of what character I could build that would be interesting and fun. The only thing I can think of is if you just do Kratos from the new God of War, like you're just a guy who doesn't want to be a god, but you're forced into it. Any other angle, you are the guy we're describing. You being the worst fucking worst
there
dude
are a
in
lot
all
of
of all of Taizo.
Imagine the guy playing this, the guy who is asked to play Exemplar, who's over there asking you to call him the Mournful, the Radiant, the sun and moon and stars. But then he rolls terribly the entire session.
It sucks at everything.
You give him weighted dice.
See, the funniest part is like, okay, if we next dude's got a point. If we gloss over the flavor, we haven't looked at any of what it actually does yet.
Yeah.
Currently, at the moment,
We're just haters.
it has we're just hating. We're just here to hate.
It's hate in our heart.
It's got a weapon. It's got armor.
You get shiny
It's
sometimes.
got a body, and you're empowering one of those and rotating it like with an action if you want to switch.
Right,
We have not looked at a single thing about what this actually does. I just
Right.
hate every word that describes it.
right.
So-
right.
The theme's bad.
Let's
The theme is
let's take
bad.
it cold. Let's take it cold. No flavor. It
Okay.
is just no seasoning in here.
All right, I'm not going to read the names of these abilities. How about that? I'll just read what they do.
No, I want to
No,
hear the
I
names.
do want to hear the names.
Let's
I don't want
not.
to hear. I don't want to hear
names.
the
We don't
ego
need
that's
to-
behind the name.
I want to hear the names.
All right, well, let's look at a couple icons because they seem to be the core of how the class works.
Okay.
It's also icons with a K, by the way, because you can't see the text.
Okay.
Ah,
Oh, it's
okay.
cool. It's edgy.
Sup?
It's like
I'm
Figured I should
gonna
put-
refrain.
put
I'm
that one
gonna.
out. You're going to imagine to see. Body icons, eye-catching spot, a fetching beauty spot under an eye, or a smile as warm as the sun, distracts foes and captures hearts. I like.
You just have like a mole on your
Yeah.
chin.
Yeah,
This is a
literally,
body
you
icon.
just
While this
have a-
body icon is active, you are so beautiful. Enemies are distracted while attacking you and have a -1 circumstance penalty to melee attacks against you.
You're just. It's
You're
trying to
so
make you all of the Greek
beautiful.
gods.
I
You're
know.
trying to have
Beautiful.
every Greek god ability. Like it's like, oh.
But the activation for that is 2 actions. Focus your attention on a creature within 30 feet, overwhelming their senses. They make a will save against your class DC, or they are fascinated by you until the start of your next
Wait,
turn.
okay. So, like,
Oh my
let's say you
gosh.
have just a beauty mark on your face, and you're just like, you stare at a person, you're like,
You've seen this.
look at the
Second body
spine.
icon, gaze sharp as steel. While you have this on, your vision sharpens. You get a +1 to perception checks and a +2 to your AC against ranged attacks.
Okay.
Because your elf eyes see the bullet coming.
This guy-
and
Grab
dodge.
it. You grab it from midair. Inches from your face.
Activation
This guy
is one.
thinks he is so sexy.
The activation is one action. You take in every movement around you and gain attack of opportunity until next turn.
Oh my god.
Whoever plays this has never dated a woman. And I put that right now. They have never had a full actual conversation with a woman in
Let's
any
look at
way.
a couple weapon icons. Let's read the first two. Barrow's Edge. The blade rattles in its scabbard as if it wants to be unsheathed, so it
Okay.
can consume violence.
Okay, your demon got it.
Imminence effect. It deals 1 persistent spirit damage per damage die to anyone that you hit. Just your regular attacks. There is no save. Persistent damage every hit.
It's fine.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Activation is called Drink of My Foes. One action. Your last action has to have been whacking somebody.
Okay.
You heal for half the damage you dealt on your last hit.
That's nice.
I mean,
That's
that's
kinda
really cool.
That's
Yeah,
actually really, I like
yeah.
it. Okay, that's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Like fun.
I like that as a mechanic.
Fated shot. Your missiles shine as they fly through the air like falling stars.
Oh my god.
Yeah, sure, man.
Mhm.
Every shot you fire passively deals 1 additional damage per damage die.
So I just want to play this character and then read out exactly what's in the book. So like as it goes, it's like
No, it
My
says
shot,
you're
yeah.
fascinated
And the
by me.
transcend ability is the Rain of 7 Lights. 2 actions. Fire a projectile in the air with your weapon icon, which showers in a 5-foot burst, so it's 4 squares.
Okay.
They all make reflex saves or take spirit damage equal to your normal strike.
Okay,
okay.
nice.
Just you can just do an AoE shot.
That's
Mhm.
cool.
Okay. Sweet.
You can choose before using this ability to give it the non-lethal trait, in which case reducing a creature to 0 hit points merely places them into a dreamless slumber. Just don't write that. You just
How do
could've-
you-
it would have cost you nothing to not write that.
How do you unironically play this class? Like, I don't understand.
Okay,
Oh.
and
Happy birthday, Link, by the way.
worn icons.
What? Oh, happy birthday.
Worn icons. The Palisade Bangles.
Huh?
These armbands
Bangles?
signify rejection and acceptance. Rejection of harm and acceptance of your inevitable dominance over your enemies. It literally sounds like I'm memeing. That is the words in
Oh
the
my
paper.
gosh.
I know it sounds like I was just making crap up. That is what is written on the page.
Inevitable dominance.
Passive. You're surrounded by a 15-foot aura that protects you and all allies in the area with a +1 bonus to AC at all times for standing within 15 feet of you.
Wow.
The rest of the party is actively scheming to try and kill this guy. There's just no way.
And as one action, you draw an enemy within the aura into your reach,
Okay.
just moving them into your melee range.
you have the force.
Unless they make a fort save. You just force pull them. That's kind of cool,
That's
honestly.
kinda cool.
Yeah, I like that. It's fun.
And then Skybearer's... Oh, no. 1,000 League Sandals sounds way funnier. No, Skybearer's Belt. We'll go with Skybearer's Belt. This girdle wraps around your waist, magnifying your strength to the point you feel you could carry the sky itself.
Yeah.
Okay.
Strength flows outwards from you, allowing all allies within 15 feet to carry 4 more bulk than normal before being encumbered.
Cool.
And it's also Titan Wrestler. You can disarm, grapple, shove, or trip creatures up to 2 sizes larger than you. And as 2 actions, you move with a speed belying your strength, carrying your allies as easily as straw dolls. You stride! At any point during your stride, if you are adjacent to a willing ally, you just pick them up and drop them off anywhere at any point during your movement.
Just play the claw crane game with them real quick.
Transportation services.
That is transportation services.
Party transportation services. Some of the powers are interesting.
Yeah.
What is this?
What is this?
This is that was from Link 1429. Request permission for Bryn singing Happy Birthday.
Oh,
There it is, there it is, there it is.
Wait,
Shut
can
up.
we not all sing Happy Birthday?
Is it
to
Bryn?
He said
He
Bryn.
said Bryn.
He paid
said
for
it
this.
Very clear.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Link 1429.
was beautiful.
Thank you.
My eardrum burst.
He just kept improving. He got better the longer.
Turned into a new person.
I've never heard that voice before.
Oh. Okay, last thing, because I just gotta know. 20th level icon, 20th level exemplar feat. What's this do? Cutting without blade, level 20. While tales of your divine icons have spread far and wide, you've realized that as they are all manifestations of your soul, the object itself is unnecessary. Your icons disintegrate into golden light as you cast away your training weights. You place your divine spark into any object in your possession, even a non-threatening object, like a single strand of grass, to transform it into a fully functional copy of your icon made out of pure divine radiance.
Okay, again,
You can
the
do this as
idea,
a free action as part of striking with the icon.
the idea of you just picking anything up and it turning into your choice weapon is very cool.
Honestly, I hate
Yeah.
it way less than I thought I was going to.
That's super cool. To just grab like a piece of glass and it becomes a full saber. Awesome.
That's
Love
cool.
that.
Mm-hmm.
Why do they say it like that?
Yeah.
Why do they say it like that?
That's actually, I came in here ready to meme. That's probably like my favorite thing we've read in the entire Exemplar class. Honestly, it's
Easily.
probably that. Okay, so 2 classes. One sounds like an awesome, ridiculously flexible jack of all trades that can step into like any role for any situation, especially if you know what's coming and can move to your primary apparition beforehand. Daily flexibility is insane. You can move your feet around. You can move your apparitions to anything. Incredible variety of options. And the physical manifestation of that guy. So we have very wide gulf on these 2 classes. I don't think I've ever read, I feel conflicted because I've never like just read a class in Pathfinder before and been like, wow, I hate literally everything about this.
Yeah,
I've
but
never
like, I
read
don't
a
know.
class.
Intel
like,
Exemplar.
Period.
Which this is, I mean, from Paizo's perspective, there is a reasonable incentive to make a class that appeals to that guy. Because there are a lot of that guy out there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
And
DMs.
his
But,
money's,
like, if
his
you
money's
gotta,
still good.
like-
Be very happy about the DMPC class so they can play now. I mean, like, there are a lot of people. There's definitely a market. It ain't me.
But I mean, you can also like a good player is gonna make something work. So like a
Yeah.
good player could be anything and be fine.
And I think chat has it right here where they're saying it's like this is a cool class if they didn't flavor it that way. Like
Yeah.
if I
If you
I
ignore
had
the
every
flavor, it could be neat.
if I just took every mechanic of it and just made him a guy who's really good at hunting, then then I feel like that'd be better. You know, even the chosen one is better than the god.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
no, yeah, you can have a.
It's definitely like so thick on the flavor, it's hard to read past. But yeah,
Yeah.
Because you
I
can
would
have
be-
a flawed The Chosen One or something, but when it's like this god like
I would
it's
be
like
interested
you
to see
can't-
how it looks like purely from a mechanical perspective. Like just to
Yes.
build one and look through the feats and see like
Yeah.
what it can actually do fundamentally.
Yeah.
Because the 3 icons and the moving the power around and having like a different ability for all 3 of them as your like kind of your cantrip or focus point, kind of your primary ability, does seem neat. It's just, boy, howdy, I hate every single word on this page, and I gotta get through all those words to figure out what the class does, and they hurt me to read in my soul.
Well, maybe Path Builder won't have all those words.
That's true.
Path Builder
In
will have a
Path
lot
Builder,
of
I
not
can
those
just
words.
click on the things and then have a stats,
Yep.
which I've never wanted in a class before because usually the flavor gives you so much to play with. But this, I'm just like, please, can I just have the numbers? Thank you. Don't tell me the name of any of your abilities ever again. I just want to know what it does.
I truly think the best way to not do this with an ego is if it's like a god denying that he's a god. Like if you
Like
do
the
a God
Kratos
of
thing,
War
yeah.
Kratos style. Like I don't know how else you can do it without being the actual worst guy to play with. Like
Right.
it feels weird.
Well, that's a very quick overview of the Animist and the Exemplar. And our new studio,
Yes.
which hopefully, via looking at this VOD later and seeing that everything is fine enough, is going to be where we are running Strange Aeons Chapter 2 tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern.
I can't believe it's already time.
Oh, it's time. We're doing it, baby. Thanks
And we
for
finally
hanging out,
made it.
everyone, for the very, very late impromptu stream kind of thing here. Wanted to definitely get a test on the table that was not the premiere of a Strange Aeons chapter and just kind of send it and see how it goes. So I'm going to go look through this VOD now and see how it looks. And you all, will see you tomorrow, hopefully. Good night, everybody.
No.
Bye, everybody.
Happy